All right, we'll begin starting in a seated position. So it can be whatever comfortable seated position that you like. And if you want to sit in a chair, that's okay too. My name's Nicole, and we'll be doing 1 hour of yoga. All right, let's begin with breathing. So we'll take our arms up over our heads, a nice big stretch upwards. And then we'll exhale and bring our arms down to the heart center. Breathe in and lift the arms up. Nice big breath, spreading the rib cage out. And then exhale, let the arms go down to the sides. And we're going to try to breathe through our nose as much as we can. Breathe in. And exhale, bringing the arms down again to the heart center. And then reach up. Nice stretch upwards and let the arms come down. We're going to do that one more time. So this time try to make that sound in your throat and upper respiratory. Exhale, bring the hands to the heart center. So listen to the breath this time. Breathe in. And exhale. All right, now let's take our left hand over to the right side. So if you have your legs crossed, you can place your hand on the knee, but you may want to put it on the floor if it's different, or the arm of a chair. And then reach the right arm around behind you, lift up through the body. So we're stretching up from the base of the spine as we slowly twist to the side. And then we'll slowly come back to the center and now do the same opposite side. And I will be muting the class so you can make noises if you want, it won't matter in our live class. And then just a little longer. So as we breathe in, we can kind of stretch upwards. As we exhale, we can kind of twist around and then come back to the center. Let's take our arms, our left arm up this time. Stretch upwards, spread the fingers out too, so you get a nice stretch in the hand, and then lean to the right side as you exhale. And then come up, switching the arms, breathe in with the right arm up. And then lean to the left side. So we start stretching along that lower side, some in the ribs, shoulders, and hip. Come back up one more time. Left arm up. And exhale, lean. And keep the arm in line with the ear if you can. And then switch again. And lean. And reach. So we're stretching the hand away from us. And come back up. Nice. Now let's bring the hands to the heart center again. We'll do some more breathing in bellows breath. So we're going to lift our elbows up. Spread the rib cage out. Really open up the chest, maybe lean back the head and exhale. And draw that belly in and up. And again, breathe in. Exhale. Inhale. And if your breath is a different capacity drastically than mine, you can change your pacing. Exhale. So listen to your own body. Breathe in and do what's right for you. And exhale. Let's do that one more set as I let Helen in. There we go. So breathing in and then exhale. And again, breathe in. Welcome to Helen. And exhale. All right, let's bring the arms down now. We're going to just twist side to side like this. The arms are moving around at the hands are a little higher maybe than the hips. You can raise them up to the shoulder level if you'd like. So for those of you who came after I explained about the sitting, you can be up in a chair or sit a different way than I'm sitting. As long as you're comfortably sitting, that's fine. And then let's bring the hands back to the center and to the heart center. We're going to do some pressing to invigorate our arms now. So let's lift again, similar to bellows. And this time, as we exhale, we're going to press the palms together. And focus on the breath. Breathe in. Exhale, press. So let your breath make a sound. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Nice. Now we're going to cross our arms out in front and take them out to the side. In front, side. Stretching out. So from the side, looks like this. We kind of lift and puff the chest forwards and curve back when our arms cross. We want to be working our abdominal muscles by drawing them inward when we get a chance to. And a few more times. And then we're going to stretch our arms out to the sides and make some circles out there. I started going backwards, but you can start either direction. And then we'll reverse the direction. You can probably feel your shoulder blades moving around in your back. So we're warming those up now too. And bring the arms down. So we're going to stretch our legs out in front. Take a breath in and lift the arms up. And just do a nice reach towards the toes. So hinging from the hips, so you're keeping the back straight. Just lean forward. You're going to be getting a little bit of a stretch in your hamstrings this way. So just go as far as it's comfortable. You can have your hands on your legs. You can reach for your toes. You can bend the knees a little. And then come back up. Now let's bring the left leg inward and send that right leg out to the side a bit. And we'll just reach over to that side of the extended leg. So lifting upwards, stretching the hand out, and leaning over to the right is what it looks like I'm doing. So to the right. And then come back up. And then switch the legs. And now we'll reach our left hand for the left toe, or the opposite if you want the opposite. Lift the right arm up, stretch upwards, and then start leaning, keeping the arm in line with the ear, and just getting a nice stretch that direction. And slowly come up. Very nice. Now let's bring both feet in and do a butterfly. So press your hands against the floor here. See how my back is rounded here. Press it up, rock the pelvic floor back. If you're sitting in a chair, you can attempt this, but maybe with one leg at a time. It's up to you. And then sitting up nice and tall, draw the shoulder blades in. So the shoulder blades are headed, so shoulders come down the back and lift at the crown of the head. The soles of the feet are open like a book, and the outer edges of the feet are what are touching. And then we can pull very lightly on our ankles or feet where you're holding on, and draw the upper body forward slowly, gradually, making progress that way. If you like to collapse over your legs, then round the back after you've had a chance to stretch it. And then slowly come up. And now we're going to bring the knees back in and lean against our hands, which are, now we're going to put them behind our hips and out to the side a little. We're going to bend our elbows, lift the knees up, stretch the legs out, and do some pedaling. So you can come all the way onto your elbows if you'd like, or you can kind of hold yourself up. It's actually a lot easier on the elbows. So a little bit more pedaling, and then backwards. And then we're going to send the legs out together, bring the knees in, send the legs out, bring the knees in, send the legs out, bring the knees in, and one more. Send the legs out and bring the knees in. Place the feet on the floor. And now we're going to cross them again, or you can have a loose cross, any kind of comfortable sukhasana with the legs down and knees out to the side. Or if you're in your chair, then sit how you are comfortable there. Let's take our rib cage and lift it and move it forwards. And then lift as we breathe in and come back to the center. Exhale. Breathe in. Move the rib cage behind the hips. So from the, you can't tell very much, but my back's just slightly behind. And then back up to the center. Then we'll go to the left side. So let's lift first. Move the rib cage over there. So we're stretching our upper body, our torso to the side. And then back to the center. And then lift and stretch it over to the other side. And then back to the center. Now we're going to make circles with our rib cage around the center line of the body. And if at any time your seated position feels like it's getting to be too much, then go ahead and just switch the legs. A couple more times around, and then we will go the other way. You can probably tell you're getting a little bit of rocking forward and back as your body goes around. So that's a nice calming activity. And one more time around. And let's stop there. Now we're going to stretch our shoulders. So let's start with our left one. Left arm goes up. Reach up nice and high. Spread those fingers out. Then bend at the elbow and bring the other hand up to that elbow. And then you can adjust the stretch in the shoulder using that right hand. So the hand, your left hand is coming across towards the other shoulder or downward or somewhere in between. And now for those of you who would like to, you can swing that right arm around behind and try to reach the hand together. And breathe. Nice calm breath. If you are not interested in this version, you can leave both arms up above the head. And now we'll switch. Take that right arm up, spread the fingers out, bend the elbow, and then bring the left hand up to help adjust. We want to keep our head above the body so that the spine and neck are still both in the same line. And take nice full breath each time. For those of you who want to, go ahead and take the left arm down and reach up the back. Your fingers may not touch, and that's okay. Just the act of reaching is helping make progress. Otherwise, you may hook the hands together if they are able to reach like that. And then we'll release this and kind of shake the arms, shoulders. That's it. Let's make some shoulder rolls. We're going to roll back. Nice big rolls into the neck so that we can massage our lower necks while we go. And then forwards. If that doesn't seem like enough, that's okay, because we're going to do one more set. And now backwards. And then forwards. And now we'll take a breath in, reach our arms up above the head, stretch nice and high. Bring the hands to the heart center. And then let the backs of the hands come down onto the knees. Bring the middle finger this time in to touch the thumb. This is a mudra that one of its benefits is to help the digestion. So we have the other fingers flared out and the middle and thumb are together. Sitting up tall, let's close our eyes, relax the shoulders, relax our facial muscles, relax the muscles around the head, the crown of the head, the back, and the temples. And now just focus on the breath for 4 or 5 times. Nice full breaths and listen to the breath. So try to make your breath audible. And let's open our eyes. Bring our hands up to the shoulders in front of the chest. Spread the fingers out, and we are going to do some lion's breath. So if you want to change your position, your legs can recross. You can sit on your heels or up on the toes like this. Whatever you can do to be comfortable, or remain in the chair. Now we're going to do 4 breaths of the lion's breath, and that consists of lurching forwards as we exhale sticking out the tongue and crossing the eyes. Okay, let's go. Big breath in. Lion's breath. Big breath in. Lion's breath. 2 more. Lion. And the last one. And sit back up. Let's roll onto one of our hips and send our legs out in front. So I'm going to show you from the side. So our legs are in front. Let's have our arms along the sides of the legs, and then slowly let our bodies come down onto the floor. We're going to begin our lying down portion by lifting the hips up. So have the feet about hip distance apart. Arms along the sides, lift the hips, wriggle the shoulders under to get a little more height and strength from the shoulders. And then if you can, weave the fingers together under the hips. If you can't, go ahead and press your hands into the floor lightly and by the palms. And then just lift up and hold and breathe. Nice, calm Ujjayi breath. Our first bridge of the day, this nice half bridge. And then let's roll our spines down onto the floor. Little by little, one vertebra at a time. And then bring the knees in towards the chest to stretch the low back. And breathe here as the back stretches. Nice, big Ujjayi breath. And then we'll stretch our arms and legs up in the air and flex and point. So our hands and our feet are moving forwards and back, forwards and back, forwards and back. And now let's draw the hands and feet towards our chest and hold it, and then fold them forward. So pointing the feet, holding the hands. And then again, flex and hold. And then again, point and hold. And now we're going to make circles with our feet. So alternate, right, left, right, left. So the hands and the feet are making circles around the ankles and wrists. You don't have to alternate, but it's kind of fun to do once in a while. And now the other way. Also, I think the alternating is a nice little brain exercise. We could probably make it more complicated, but for now, this will do. And now we'll bring them to the center, scrunch up the toes and the hands, make fists, and be strong in the arms and legs, and then stretch the toes and fingers out. That's our inhale. And our exhale is to scrunch them up, make fists, curl the toes, strong arms and legs, and then stretch them out on the inhale. And we'll do that again. Exhale, nice and tight, scrunched, and then Inhale, stretch. So we want to get good flexibility in our toes and stretch the hands so they can stay comfortable. One more. Exhale, scrunch. And then inhale. Relax as you stretch. And then let's bring our knees back in. While we're here, we're going to slip our hands behind the knees and rock forward and back. And we'll just do the rocking motion. We won't be going into a squat this time. Just rocking forward and back. And then come back down. Lift the feet. Let's stretch our legs all the way out and take our arms up and over the head for a nice stretch. And then exhale. So this time we'll do a full body stretch and use the legs too. So reach the feet away and the hands as the arms go over. Spread the rib cage out. And exhale, bring the arms back. Nice. Okay, so now we're going to bend our left leg and roll onto our bellies. So come onto your belly and your elbows. So the fingers are spread out. All parts of the fingers are trying to make connection to the ground. And the middle of the hand, where there can be a little arch there, that doesn't have to be flat, but we want to have good connection throughout the hand. All right, so now we're in a Sphinx. We're going to lift up as we breathe in and draw ourselves a little bit forwards as we exhale. And then breathe in and lift the torso upwards. And then as we exhale, we're going to try to draw it forwards again. And then let's collapse down onto the floor, elbows out. Now let's reach our right hand back and grab onto the right foot and bring that foot closer and closer gradually towards the buttocks to stretch the quadricep. And now we'll release that side and go to the other side. Just draw that foot in, let it come in. As you relax, the muscle will relax and stretch a little bit more. So bring it in slowly. And release. Now we're going to reach our arms out in front so you can see me. So we're stretching the arms out, and now we're going to do some of our locust poses. So let's reach our right arm up and our left leg up just as far as you comfortably can. Breathe while you're here. And then let those come down. Lift the left arm and the right leg. Breathe while you're here. Even though you're working really hard. And bring the arm down. Now let's bring the hands to the chest. Press up and move into an all fours pose. So we can do some of our cow and cat. So We're going to breathe in and reach the head and hips back. Stretching the spine out, and then we'll curve up, drawing the abs in and forcing the air out. Inhale, stretch. And exhale, curve and stretch that way in an arc. And then continue at your own pace for 3 or 4 more times. And then go ahead and come back to neutral. And we're going to let our hips come down to our heels. Sink the hips as you reach the arms forward and come to Balasana or Child's Pose. If your forehead reaches the ground, let it come down there and rest. If not, and you want to bring your arms in for a tower to rest the forehead on, it would look like this. That's fine too. You can even prop your chin up that way if you'd like to not have your head go down so low. If you have vertigo issues. So whatever works for you. And now we'll move our hands and chest to the right side and settle in there. So we're stretching along the left side of the body and breathing our nice calm and full Ujjayi breath. And back to the center. Take a nice breath here. On the exhale, we'll move over to the other side. Remember to bring the chest along and stretch out and then focus on the breath. And back to the center. Slide the hands back up. And we'll stretch our necks. So first we're going to warm them up a little. So you can stay in T position with your heels and hips together, or you can come around to another position, stacked knees or crossed legs. So let's begin by moving the head side to side. And we want to go as slowly as is comfortable for your body. And we want our gaze or our drishti to follow the head movement. This is supposed to help us avoid getting vertigo or to improve vertigo once it happens. Hopefully none of you have it or ever going to, but it's a side benefit to this neck loosening exercise. Now let's bring the head to the center and nod up and down. We just go as far as it's comfortable. And let the chin come down to the chest. Stretch the back of the neck, tuck the chin in a little. And then let's roll our head over towards the left shoulder slowly, if that's something that you're able to do. And then slowly back down to the center and over to the right. And then slowly back down to the center and lift the head. Very nice. So now we're going into a crab. So unbend your legs and have the hands next to the hips and a little behind and a little out. Have the feet about hip distance apart. And now we lift the hips up. Part way is fine. If the hips are, if you're making more of an M, that's fine. Or if you want to try and make a tabletop, see if you can lift the hips a little more. And a bonus, kind of an additional, if you want it, is to let the hip hang. That's not necessary. It's definitely optional. You can feel the strength in the legs and the buttocks. So your glutes are working here, the backs of the legs. Even your feet can grip onto the floor. And then slowly come down out of crab. We're going to do crab one more time if you're willing, and see if we can move our hands and or our feet. So let's lift up and then move to the side if you can. Maybe move forwards a little, back a little, and then if you really want to, see if you can spin around. So those are some options. Lift up the hips and then bring it all back down. Nice. All right, let's now come on to all fours and do a nice shoulder stretch by reaching the arm out to the side. So we're going to start with balancing on our right hand and lifting the left arm to the side, then pinwheeling it up higher, as high as it's comfortable, swooping it down so it weaves underneath the right shoulder, and then bring that left shoulder to the floor. And feel a nice stretch. So you might want to experiment a little, wiggle around a bit, and find a good stretch in the shoulder, kind of the lower part of the shoulder. And breathe. And then we'll come back up to all fours and do the same on the other side. Right arm out to the side. Pinwheel upwards. See if you can hold that momentarily. So we're balancing on 3 limbs. Then weave the right arm under the left and come down to start stretching the shoulder. And then come back up. All right, so now we're going to come up onto our knees, bring our left foot forwards. It's a little balance issues. You can hold on to the floor or furniture. Bring that left foot forwards and move it out to the side of the mat. And then bring the chest and arms down so that you can touch the floor. Put pressure on your hands and come into a lunge. So from the side, it looks like that. The hands are a little bit behind the foot and the hips are making their way towards the ground. Fingers are spread, the foot's out to the side, so we're opening up that left hip. And then just breathe. Try to keep the back as straight as you can. And then let's move the hips back and straighten that front leg, even though it's a little to the side, and flex the foot. So we're getting a little bit of a hamstring stretch here. And then bring that foot back. Come back up on your knees. And we're going to try to bring that right foot forwards. You can hold on to the floor or furniture if you need to. Move the foot out to the side. And then start going into your lunge so you can bring the hands lower. And then adjust. If you want to go even lower, you might even send your foot a little farther forwards. Hips continue to sink downward. Do it from the side again. And the hands are underneath the shoulders about. And the back is as straight as we can manage. And then we're going to bring the hips back so we can flex that front foot. You can keep a little bend in the knee, that's fine. If you want to straighten the leg, I'd go for almost all the way straight. You want to make sure not to hyperextend. And then draw those toes back, feel the nice stretch, maybe feel some in the calf. Definitely the hamstring. Go just as far as it's comfortable for you. And then we'll bring that leg back and come up on our knees again. So now we're going to do some reverse plank from the knees to the shoulders. We're in a nice straight line. And we're going to lean back on our exhale. So let's take a breath in and take our arms up. And then as we exhale, let's bring the arms down and lean back. So the arms will, coordinating the arms will help us focus on breath. Breathe in, come up. And exhale, lean back. Just go as far as you're comfortable. Inhale, arms up, and we're straight up towards the sky. Exhale, we're leaning back towards the feet. And the last one, arms up. And then lean back. And then just come back to normal. All right, so from our knees, we're going to come back onto our hands. So we're on our hands and knees here, turn the toes under, and we're going to press up into a downward facing dog. Walk the dog. And if you'd rather not do this pose, you can do balasana again, or balasana, which is child's pose. Now let's reach the hips back, lower the chest and shoulders. That's how we stretch our dog. Let the head hang down. So nice downward facing dog. Then we're going to balance on 3 limbs again, going into a 3-legged dog. So now let's raise the right foot up. And try to keep the hips pretty much in the same line, nice and level. And then bring that right foot down. Lift the left leg up. Keep the chest nice and low, shoulders low, stretch the dog. So we're reaching up and back with the hips. And then bring the left leg down and come down onto your knees. Nice. From here, we're going to come down onto our hips and then roll so that we can be on our backs where we're going to stay the rest of class. So on our backs, nice and relaxed. Arms out to the side. Let's do a few windshield wipers. So we let the knees go to the left and our head can go to the right if you want. And then back to the center, knees go to the right, head optional part to the left. Back to the center, knees to the left, center, right, center. Let's do a few more of these, but faster. Left, right, left, right, left, right, and left, right, and then back to the center. All right, so now we're going to stretch out our left leg and bring our right knee in. And then we're going to move our right knee out towards the right shoulder, maybe even a little beyond it as it's reaching towards the floor. You might feel a good stretch moving across the low back towards the left hip. And then bring the knee back into the center, extend the leg upwards, another hamstring stretch. Draw that leg closer to you as far as it's comfortable. So listening to your own body, taking nice deep breaths. And then we'll release the right leg and let it slowly float down towards the floor or the ground if you're outside. Just before it reaches the floor, let's go ahead and do an infinity sign. Just move the foot across near the floor. You might think of it as making a bow shape, like a hair bow or whatever, tied bow, and then reverse it. And then we'll let the foot rest, do a full body stretch. Bring the arms back to the body, to the sides of the body. Now let's bend our right knee. Move the hips a little to the right, an inch or two, and then with the left hand, move the right knee across to the left side, and then reach the right arm out to the right, and let that arm and shoulder sink in towards the ground, and then turn the head as far to the right as you can, still remaining comfortable, and take another breath. Nice full breath, and then keep breathing here with the eyes closed. So first you look out beyond the hand, then close the eyes. Notice how you feel through the hips, relax that area. Through the shoulders, relax that area. And breathe, relax your facial muscles, muscles around the head. One more breath here. And then we'll roll back to the center. Bend the left knee, scooch the hips into the middle. Lift the hips up momentarily into a half bridge. Just lift up just for a counter pose. Then roll the spine back down. Now reach the right leg all the way out. Draw the left knee in. Stretching the low back this side. Then moving the knee out to the left side, just beyond the shoulder, reaching toward the ground, feeling the stretch move across to the right hip area. Then we'll bring the knee back to the center, extend it, do the hamstring stretch, bringing that leg, bent knee is fine, bringing it in as close as you can, comfortably go. Breathing the whole time. Then we'll release our left leg, let it float slowly downward. And when we get close to the floor again, we're going to do an infinity sign. So a little bit longer, feel those muscles in your core working, and now work them even more with making those infinity signs. You can really feel the muscles even along the sides of the hips and waist. And now reverse. And let the foot rest on the ground. Full body stretch. Exhale, bend the left knee. Let's scooch our hips a little to the left. With the right hand, we're going to roll that knee across. Reach the left arm out. And the arm and shoulders sink downward. Relax there. Relax in the hips, thighs, face, around the head. Turn as far to the left as you feel it's right for your neck, and breathe. Breathe your nice calm Ujjayi breath, nice full breath. Relaxing, noticing the pleasant things like breath of wind on your skin, some sounds. Just notice and enjoy being in the moment. Taking care of yourself. And now we'll roll back to the center. Bend that right knee, scooch the hips into the center, reach between the knees and grab onto the big toes, lift and do a few rocks from side to side. This is just a quick happy baby today. And then bring the legs back together, feet to the floor, extend the legs. And we're going to do one breath before Shavasana. Arms up and over, stretch. Reach with the hands and feet. Spread the ribs out. Exhale, bring the arms to the sides. Turn the palms up, draw the shoulder blades inward, and let the shoulders sink down into the ground. Close the eyes if you haven't. If you feel like your legs might be off to one side, go ahead and look at them and adjust. Otherwise, keep your eyes closed and rest. And start letting your thoughts move away from you so that you can thoroughly enjoy the stillness of Shavasana. Enjoy Shavasana. Time to start wiggling your toes and your fingers and bringing your awareness back to our class. If you'd like to remain lying down, that's fine. If you want to come up to a comfortable seated position, just roll to one side. We're going to take a little time to stretch our hands, our fingers, make rolling action with our hands to loosen them back up, give them some love, and then stretch the wrists a bit. Then we'll close the class with some ohms. Take a drink of your drink if you need to. You can participate or listen. Okay, let's take a breath in first. Stretch the spine up again. Nice big breath in. And bring the hands down to the heart center. And then we'll take a big breath for ohms. Om Shanti, Shanti, Shanti. Peace, peace, peace. Thank you for being here today. Namaste. All right, I'm going to close our video and then we can say our greetings.
Thank you, Nicole.
You're welcome.